There is no doubt today, if Tanuj auntie is there, even her and my association goes back to 1982 when our husbands, both from the army, the general and the colonel, we were posted in Jalandhar together. So Guruji said, हमारा तो जन्मों का साथ है. शुक्राना टू गुरुजी कि आज इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे उन्होंने हमें जोड़ा है. शुक्राना टू बड़े मंदिर. Thank you, Guruji. Shukrana to Gaurav Bhaiya, Shukrana to Mandir management that today in this, after Guruji has left his chola, we are, he used to say when he was in chola ki baad vich laina lag jayengi. And laine lag gayi hai, and every country, every state, every city, Guruji ka darbar hai, Guruji ki sangat hai. And it is hats off to Gaurav Bhaiya, jo sara ikatte, he has brought it all together. And with Bada Mandir, we can never thank them enough. Guruji, when he first called me to him, I cannot say that I went to him. No, Guruji di raza de bina kuch nahi hunda. So when he called me to him, he and yes, from this, like Tanuj aunty beautifully said, that satsang sunne wale aur satsang karne wale dono ko blessings milti hai, and we all get our messages from each other's journeys. And I hope that whatever I speak today, it also benefits anybody and has some message, or as Guruji audience, whatever is his wish, we are nobody actually. And when he called me to him first time, it was 4th or 5th of March, and the year was 2005. And my friend, she told me, she said, I want you to come with me to my Guruji. So when she was leaving at night, I said, Kinne baje? She said, I'll come and pick you up around 7 o'clock. I said, okay. 7, quarter to 7. I said, okay. And when she was leaving, I just told her, I said bye-bye to her, and I said, see you in the morning at 7 o'clock. She said, morning? I'm not coming in the morning. So I said, what time are you coming? She said, I'll come in the evening at 7 o'clock. I was a little taken aback because Sanu, we are all used to going to Gurwan Dete Sweri Sweri Chandine. I said, okay. When she came in the evening, my husband, he was flying helicopters in Srinagar. So he called me, and it just so happened his timing was perfect. And he said, where are you going? I said, I'm going with Olga to her Guruji. So the way Fauji's are, he said, koi time hai Gurmata janda? And come back home on time. The belief, that tension had already built up that I have to come back home on time. When we went to Empire Estate, there was a very strong fragrance of roses, Sangaji, right up till the road from where we alighted from the car. So I was thinking, Jasra be Fauji's. I'm a Fauji officer's daughter, daughter-in-law, wife, everything. And I thought that somebody has really sprayed. Pura jaise when the chief comes, senior officers come, hum pura spray maar dete hain. So I thought that किसी ने बहुत अच्छी तरह roses का spray मारा हुआ है. And as we went in, there was even more fragrance. And we went in, sitting on the sideboard, alti palti, wearing like Punjabi drain pipes, black, and a very floral, very beautiful bush shirt. Guruji was seated on the sideboard. And my friend, she said, meet my Guruji. I looked at her because Sangaji, we are used to seeing Guruan ਅਸੀਂ ਵੇਖਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਫੇਦ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਪਾਏ ਵੇ ਟਿੱਕਾ ਲਾਇਆ ਵਾ, all that. I had never seen. I looked at him and I just looked at her. I said, oh, and I didn't realize. And you know how we are so naive, and we can never think correctly the way we are meant to. And I was thinking, I said, he's so young. मेरे ध्यान में सिर्फ ऐना ही आया कि he's so young. And my friend, she says, Guruji, meet my friend. Before that, I thought he's so young. संगत जी जब गुरुजी महाराज ने ऊपर देखा और वो जो उनकी नजर जब मुझ पर पड़ी, इट वाज लाइक अ तीरे अंदाज. आई वाज सो अनकंफर्टेबल. इट वाज एज इफ मेरा एमआरआई हो गया आर पार, एज इफ ही नोज एवरी स्मॉल सीक्रेट ऑफ माय लाइफ. I was left very feeling very uncomfortable. And he looked at Olga and he said, and he did this, with his hand, he just waved his hand for me to, कि ठीक है, permission is granted, कि मैं अंदर जा सकनी है. So he did like this, कि मैनू उन्होंने अपने शरण विच ले लेता. ते अंदर जा करके सानू प्रसाद मिले, छोटे छोटे ग्लासेस विच चाह मिली. And I just said, nahi, I don't want to have it because शामी 7:45 ते चाह दा टाइम नहीं होंदा as per, like the way we Fauji's are. So I said, no, thank you. My friend, she said, नहीं, ए प्रसाद है, ले लो. से प्रसाद दे नाम ते मैं ले लेता. And after some time, then because the way we, prasad for us is Amrit. And इतने में संगत जी ओम नमः शिवाय बजने लगा. जैसे ओम नमः शिवाय बजने लगा, गुरुजी महाराज came wearing very beautiful cholas, and the room was so filled with fragrance, मैं दस नहीं सकती. He was wearing very beautiful cholas. When I looked at him, I just thought in my mind, once in my father's regiment, when I was a small child, I had seen Gogia Pasha coming to do a magic show in second-hand Gorkhas. ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਸੋਚਿਆ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਇਹ ਤੇ ਗੋਗਿਆ ਪਾਸ਼ਾ ਵਰਗੇ, ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਲੁਕਿੰਗ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਵੈਰੀ ਬਿਗ ਮੈਜੀਸ਼ੀਅਨ. ਇਹ ਤੇ ਪੂਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਹੀ. ਐ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ, I just thought, ऐसे ये तो पूरी दुनिया ही घुमा देंगे. And वो तो महादेव है, शिव है, just like Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, everybody came down to to Mother Earth to bless mankind. So Guruji had come as all the powers rolled into one. He's supreme. He had come to us to bless us. And मेरे मन ने चिन्ह आया, दुनिया घुमाना, दुनिया नु मतलब कोने कोने विच आज सारे लोकी जानते ने गुरुजी दा नाम. Guruji, everybody knows our Guruji Maharaj. And after that he came and he sat on his gadi. फिर ओम नमः शिवाय का जैसी जाप खत्म हुआ, he stood up and Sangat ji, he just my friend, she took me to him and he asked me, he said na kiye. I said Ritu kaun? He said Ritu kaun, cheti bol. Sangat ji, I'm using the word cheti bol because this comes in later after he has left his chola. And I said Ritu Seth, daughter of Colonel Roshnlal, wife of Colonel Ashok Seth. And he, Sangat ji, and he asked me, he said, Bache, I said, Ik munda hai Dubai chega. And he said, Munde da vyah kar te ash kar. These were his exact words to me the very first time that he met me. And then he just waved his hand and sent me to there, sitting with a red cape was with all cameras was Raghu Rai ji, and he sent me over there. And I was wondering, I didn't realize he's Raghu Rai. And I went and I sat there, and that was onane menu. First time I was eating langar like this, ki mat bichi, te ek thali char loki langar kar rahe. So I had never eaten langar like this. Laddu prasad bhi mil gaya, but inni khushboo, inna pyar, inna वो जेड़ा लंगर सी, it is like amrit. मतलब it is rasila, इन्ना स्वाद कि you cannot get that anywhere. And langar करके my tension was already on that my husband had rung up and said that come home on time, get back on time. जिस तरह लंगर खत्म हुआ, I went to my friend, I said, let's go. She said, when you go to your chief's house, don't you go back and say thank you to him? I said, एक और टेंशन शुरू हो गई. तो बाहर लेकर के गई, बाहर जाकर के मैं हाथ धोते ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ then we came back again stood in line to say thank you to Guru Maharaj. संगत जी, लोकी एकदम दंड प्रणाम कर रहे सी, लेट के प्रणाम कर रहे सी, and I was just thinking when I was a little behind, मैं सोचा मैं ते he's so young, I'm not going to touch his feet. मतलब इन्ना stupid thought मन में जा रहा, because we have never seen, I had never seen a guru like this, and because he is not Guruji, he is Bhagwan, he is Shiva, he is Mahadev, he is Guru Nanak, he is everything, he is Jesus Christ, he is everything rolled into one. He is Saraswati, he is Mata, he is all energy, everything he is rolled into one. And Sangaji, when I went, he is Bhagwan. So ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਚਰਨ ਬਾਹਰ ਸੀ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਚਰਨ ਸਪਰਸ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ. But he read my mind, obviously, because he's God. ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨ ਅੰਦਰ ਕਰ ਲਏ, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਇੰਜ ਬਾਉ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ I said thank you and ਮੈਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਗਈ. ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਜਦ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਪੀ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ, ਜਦ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਓਮ ਨਮः ਸ਼ਿਵਾय ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ, ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ the way our thought processes ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ if you have the power ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਾ ਦਿਓਗੇ. ਤੇ 2-4 ਦਿਨ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਨਾ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਮੇਰੇ ਬੇਟੇ ਦਾ ਫੋਨ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ. he was trying to get some work done and he said, "Ma, jute ghis gaye, my work is not getting done." So I just thought when I was sitting over there that if you have the power, please get my son's work done. Sangat ji, Guruji de to kuch vi kade vi nahi mangna chahiye. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਬਸ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੰਨੋ, ਮੰਗੋ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਫ ਮੰਨੋ. But look at ਉਹ ਤੇ ਮਹਿਰਾ ਦੀ, ਮਤਲਬ he is meher, he is everything. ਤੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਖਿਆਲ ਆਇਆ. ਵਾਪਸ ਆਈ, my friend she left and ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਆਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੇਟੇ ਦਾ around 11 o'clock. It was a Sunday into Monday morning. Around 11 o'clock my son rings me and he says, "Ma, I don't know how, but the Sheikh has called me to Palm Strip Mall at my time 11:30 my time." ਤੇ 11 ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵੱਜ ਗਏ ਸੀ. ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ, ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਪੇਪਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਭੱਜ ਰਿਹਾ. He's telling me this. I said, "ठीक है." And at Sangaji, at 11:45, he calls me back and he says, "Ma, I don't know what happened, but the Sheikh didn't ask me anything. उन्होंने मेरे सारे पेपर पर sign करके my work is done." And Sangaji, he had been trying to get that work done last 2 or 3 months. मैं राती now Guruji te rabbe rati he I get a dream. Guruji jad gal karde hai te or if he visits us in our dream, te it is a sakshat darshan. And he comes and he asks me, he said, he's talking to me in my dream. He said, "Ritu aunty, aapke bete ka naam Akhil Raj Seth hai?" I had not told him my son's name there. So he said, "Aapke bete ka naam Akhil Raj Seth hai?" And I'm answering him, I'm saying, "Ji haan." Sangat ji, when I'm saying "Ji haan" over there, after that, he tells me, then there was a very special blessing and a special thing he said, which is meant only for us, for my family. So I will not like to share that with you, but that was his, and the work had been done. Now, next morning, I'm getting very strong fragrance of roses. Very strong, Sangaji. My heart, matlab, very strong fragrance of roses. And I'm not able to, understand what that is all about. So after I rang up, we went, my husband had come from Srinagar, we traveled, went to Dubai, etc., came back home and all. And I rang up my friend. I said, "I want to go and thank your Guruji." So she said, Ritu, you'll have to go on your own. I've got some people coming from Chennai. I said, okay. So I picked up my Maruti and again in the evening, zipped down to Empire Estate. Sangat ji, Guruji, तेरा सबको जान देने जानी जान. Same thing, अंदर गए, same process. And this time I thought I want to touch his feet and say thank you to him. Sangat ji, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਚਰਨ ਚੋਲੇ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ, he was sitting like this, ਚੋਲੇ ਦੇ ਸੀ. ਜਦ ਮੇਰੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਈ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਨ ਬਾਹਰ ਚੋਲੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੀਤੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ, he had very beautiful feet, very beautiful feet. And I was just thinking, I said, इतने सुंदर जैसे संगमरमर होता है ना. And I just touched his feet with the tip of my fingers because I felt कि मतलब इनके तो चरण गंदे हो जाएंगे, मैले हो जाएंगे अगर मैं छूंगी. इतने सुंदर उनके चरण थे. So I touched his feet with the tip of my fingers and said thank you to him and came back home. Now, my husband went back to Srinagar and my son was not there, and I was getting very strong fragrance of roses all the time. My mother, she rang me up. She said, I want to come and have coffee with you. मैं कहती मैं कॉफी पीने आ रही हूँ. तो फौजी स्टाइल हम वो कॉफी बीट करके तो जैसी अंदर आई कहते तूने बड़े गुलाब की वो फ्रेशनर डाल रखा है. शी इज आल्सो फौजीज वाइफ. तो शी से बड़ा फ्रेशनर डाल रखा है रोजेस का. मैंने कहा नहीं मम्मी, मैंने कोई फ्रेशनर नहीं डाला, आप क्या बात कर. So then, and every time I would get my hands near my nose or anything, I would get such a strong, and I hardly ever used perfume that time. And I was just thinking, I said, itne zyada khushbu kahan se aa rahi hai? And you know how we Fauji's are, we go to the canteen and we buy Laurel soap and Synthol soap. Uski koi aise gulab ki to khushbu aati nahi hai. So as I would do, I washed my hands bar, and I would say again the fragrance of roses, bharpoor. 2-3 दिन बाद जहां मैं जाऊं मेरे को गुलाब की खुशबू. And anywhere, and again 2-3 दिन के बाद again my mother, she said मैं coffee पीने again. I think Guruji wanted to bless her also, because when he took her into his charan, before that he had already told me, I'm going to take your mother. And again वो कहती तूने ऐसी इतनी सारी क्या ये तूने एयर फ्रेशनर डाला है. मैंने कहा मम्मी मैंने कुछ नहीं डाला. I was a little irritated. Then on the 5th or 6th day, I rang up my friend. I said a strange thing has happened. I had gone to meet Guruji, and there जब से मैं उनको मिल के आई हूँ तब से मेरे घर में इतनी ज्यादा गुलाब की खुशबू है कि जो आता है वो सोचता है कि मैंने पूरे घर में परफ्यूम छिड़का हुआ है. So she said, Ritu, that's my Guru's way of blessing you. Doubtless. संगत जी, तनुज आंटी ने बहुत सुंदर बात बोली थी. छोटा सा I will divert. इन्होंने कहा था कि जिनके घर में गुरुजी जाते हैं वहां उनको कभी पूजा करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. गुरुजी रसक वैरागी गुरु. हम शिव पुराण पढ़ते हैं, उसमें कितना कॉम्प्लेक्स पाठ है, कितने कॉम्प्लेक्स पूजा है, कितना हम जैसे ये पंडित्स को देखते हैं, इसका उसका सब. गुरुजी ने तो इतनी सिंपल हमारी लाइफ बनाई. गुरुजी साथ हैं तो हमें सिर्फ we have to have purity of thought. And he asked me once, he told me, he said, Ritu auntie, have purity of thought. And this also he told me in my dream. And this is after he left his chodla. That was one. And two, he said, कदे अगर किसी नो help नहीं कर सकते, कुछ भी नहीं, कदे किसी दा माड़ा ना सोचना. So our life is so simple. गुरुजी का हम लंगर खाते हैं बड़े मंदिर में. लंगर में हेल्थ, वेल्थ, हैप्पीनेस, जॉय, रिलेशनशिप, सब कुछ. गुरुजी के बड़े मंदिर में तो 11 ज्योतियों की शक्ति है. गुरुजी कहते से कोई पास तो भी गुजर जाए ते ही ओदा भी कल्याण हो जाता है. Doubtless, तद जन, hardly any people used to come. आज for every function, for every आप मंडे, थर्सडे, फ्राइडे, सैटरडे, संडे को आप सत्संग जो हम संगत देखते हैं, मतलब वो हजारों और लाखों की तादाद से होती है, हजारों और लाखों की तादाद से। गुरुजी के लंगर में एवरीथिंग, everything we get from his langar. I have seen, and मतलब आप, I'll just share a small health, satsang with Sangaji. In 2010, so first I have to tell you that my mother, since I had spoken about her, and Guruji came, it was, she left on 19th Jan, and he had come on Saturday. तो गुरुजी कहते सी ना, बिकॉज गुरुजी तो रब है, एंड तो गुरुजी तो कहीं नहीं गए, रब तो वही, तभी तो गुरुजी के गद्दी पे कोई बैठता ही नहीं है, गुरुजी बैठते हैं बिकॉज वो भगवान है। इट वाज सैटरडे, आई थिंक इट वाज 16 या 17 जनवरी था व्हेन ही केम इन माय ड्रीम, एंड इन फुल स्प्लेंडर sitting on a singhasan, and he said, Ritu auntie, I'm going to take your mother. So I had called up my sisters and I told them, I said, come, let's all be near mummy. And he came and he said, I will take your mother away on Monday or Tuesday. He came on Tuesday early in the morning at 5:45 and he took her away. But he had although he's in a care kar, he had already informed me, he had warned me that मैं एनु भी ले जाऊंगा, like because I'd lost my husband, I'd lost my father, तो थोड़ा सा, and he knew कि अच्छा, okay, he has to see everything. And so in 2011, Sangaji, it was, I think, Hanji, it was 2000 and yes, 2010, 2010 November, 2011 November or October, November, jab I started feeling excruciating pain behind my knees. I used to go to the gym, and on the treadmill, I could not increase my speed more than 3. 3 was the limit. And I've been an athlete and I've been a sports person. So for me to not be able to increase the speed for more than 3 was feeling very bad कि क्या हो गया मुझे. So when I went to Guruji's दरबार, सिजदा करने वक्त मेरे को सिजदा करने में भी तकलीफ होती थी. तो जब मैंने सिजदा किया, I asked him, I said, Guruji, what's wrong with me? That night he gave me darshan, and he showed there was one me, Sangaji, that was sleeping. One me, Guruji was on a hilltop, and one me was standing down, and then one me he showed lying horizontal. Now the me that he showed lying horizontal, Sangaji, वहां दिखाई उन्होंने कि कैसे मेरे घुटनों के पीछे इन्फेक्शन था. संगत जी, उन्होंने मेरे को ये दिखाया था. ये नवंबर 7 या 8, 9 की बात है, एग्जैक्ट डेट्स मुझे याद नहीं. एंड उसके उसी दिन सुबह से संगत जी, गुरुजी के हर, मतलब एवरी आफ्टरनून एंड एवरी इवनिंग मुझे कहीं ना कहीं से फोन आ जाता था टू कम फॉर गुरुजी सत्संग. तभी कहते हैं ना, गुरुजी का जो सत्संग करते हैं और जो सत्संग सुनते हैं, दोनों का ही कल्याण होता है. एंड एवरी सिंगल डे संगत जी, मुझे गुरुजी का लंगर प्रसाद मिलता था, दिन में 2-2 बार. मैं किसी डॉक्टर के पास नहीं गई, मैं किसी I didn't take any medication. And that period, Sangaji, I used to be so uncomfortable that whenever I used to travel, and I would always tell my son, please stop the vehicle because I had to use the restroom very, very often. And Sangaji, ये बात, ये November, December, January, February, March तक संगत जी, कोई दिन ऐसा नहीं था कि मुझे गुरुजी का लंगर ना मिले, या मंदिर से सेवा मिल जाती थी, मंदिर से फोन आ जाना सेवा के लिए, बट मंदिर में लंगर मिल जाना, हर हर दिन मुझे लंगर मिलता था। संगत जी, मार्च तक I started. By February end, I was able to start moving without, my pain had reduced considerably. By March, there was no sign of any pain. बिल्कुल ठीक हो गई मैं. And I was back to my regular gymming, regular exercise, etc. तो संगत जी, गुरु जी के जो प्रसाद है उसमें हर चीज मिलती है. तो ये जैसे जो आंटी ने बोला कि जो गुरु जी के साथ जहाँ गुरु जी जाते हैं वहां मतलब जन्मों की पूजा हो जाती है. ही टेक्स के, हम गुरु जी से कुछ मांगना नहीं चाहिए, उनको सिर्फ मानो. ही इज रब, ही इज ईश्वर. हम तो, हमारा तो माइंड ही इतना छोटा है. हम बोलते हैं गुरु जी हमें ये दे दो, और हमें क्या पता कि गुरु जी ने हमारे लिए रखा क्या है. वी आर नॉट इवन अवेयर एज टू व्हाट ही हैज इन स्टोर फॉर अस. सो संगत जी, दिस वाज जस्ट वन स्मॉल इंसिडेंट दैट आई हैव टोल्ड यू अबाउट कि कैसे उन्होंने, और मतलब उन्होंने मेरे को फिर उन्होंने दर्शन दिया दैट ही इज वाचिंग एवरी साइड ऑफ मी, वाचिंग माय बैक. एंड मतलब उन्होंने चारों तरफ मेरे को दिखाया कि मैं देखो, नॉर्थ ईस्ट, साउथ नॉर्थ वेस्ट, साउथ वेस्ट, चारों तरफ दर्शन दे करके उन्होंने, गुरुजी ने मेरे को दर्शन दिया जहाँ की मैं जहाँ देखूं गुरुजी नजर आ रहे हैं चारों तरफ, इंक्लूडिंग माय बैक. मेरी समझ नहीं आया. Slowly I understood over the years as every problem of mine got sorted out and my life settled. I realized that जब गुरुजी ने ये दिखाया था मुझे that he is watching every side and every aspect of my life, and that is how he settled everything, संगत जी. So गुरुजी से कभी कुछ, एक दिन इन्होंने मेरे को I was very distraught when I lost these people. So one day he gave me, and I would pray a lot to him. I would constantly talk to him, constantly. And one day he gave me darshan, जो बड़े मंदिर में जो right side में जो गुरुजी blue चोले में है, in that he gave me darshan and he said, Ritu auntie, what do you want? His question to me, साक्षात रब ने पूछा, Ritu auntie, what do you want? संगत जी, मेरी से चुप्पी सी. I looked at him and I told him, I said, how do I know what I want? How do I know what is good for me? Guruji, मैंने मतलब telepathically I was talking to his, he was standing there, and telepathically I was talking to him, and I told him, I said, how do I know what is good for me? So that's why I say, Sangaji, we don't ask him for anything. We just leave it to him to give us what he feels is good for us, what he feels is right for us, what he feels is needed by us. And Sangaji, he takes care of us, of our family, in every whatever way. In every whatever way. And once we give, we मतलब ਅਸੀਂ अपने छड़ देना पूरी तरह, we leave our door in his hands. He doesn't leave us wanting for anything, Sangat ji. साढ़े कर्म भी इन्ने आसान तरीके नाल कटवा देंदे ने. He makes our journey so beautiful. So once I'll just share, we were coming back from, we had gone to Ajmer Sharif, my son and I. And we were coming back. As we are coming back home, I get a call from, and Sangat ji, वो कहते हैं ना गुरुजी, that जब तक गुरुजी चोले सी तब तक everything practical. हो जिन्नी जिद्दी श्रद्धा और ना ले जाए. And we were just coming back, and there was this auntie who rang me up, Leena auntie. And before that, Sangaji, Guruji had given me darshan, and he was just on that Persian flying carpet. उस पे ऊपर गुरुजी बैठे हैं, and नीचे he shows this auntie, and this beautiful auntie sitting in his sharan. And Guruji is asking her, "ए केड़ी auntie है जिन्ने मैनू ना तंग करके रखा है?" This is how Guruji used to say, because I used to so I used to be all the time praying to him and telling him to sort out my problems. And he's as and Guruji in that dream only, Guruji he shows that Guruji lands and वो ऐसे करके ना एक डंडे के साथ जितने भी ऐसे साम पे ऐसे बेड़े में he removes them all like this, ऐसे मार के ठक 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 ठक, and he's telling this auntie ए केड़ी आंटी है जिन्ने मैंने ना तंग करके रखा है. And संगत जी, गुरुजी तो अपनी संगत में रहते हैं ना, अपनी संगत को तो बहुत प्यार करते हैं. And this auntie, he has showed me this, and then he shows this auntie. There's a phone call I received when we are driving back at about 6:45 in the morning, and she said, "Ritu auntie," he is simultaneously he authenticates. So she says that I am so and so, and she said, मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा कि मैं आपको कैसे बोलूं, पर Guruji has given darshan to her. Guruji gave her darshan and had some instructions for me. And she said that आपके घर में, and imagine she has no idea. She said आपके घर में ना ऐसे लोहे का बहुत बड़ा सा संदूक टाइप है. I immediately understood we are Fauji's, we always move in trunks, हमारा लगेज तो ट्रंक्स में ही पड़ा रहता है. She said ये ना आपके वहां पर कुछ ऐसे एक संदूक है. So I immediately understood. I said must be my box. She's taught trunks, लोहे के boxes होते हैं हमारे. So she says there is a pair of beige color curtains. Sangaji, she has no idea what is in my trunks. She says आपके यहाँ there is a beige color set of curtains. आप ना वो curtains निकाल करके किसी को दे दो. मतलब like what तनुज आंटी said कि जिस घर में गुरुजी जाते हैं वहां तो फिर मतलब everything is taken care of. अब she has no idea. And I remembered when my husband was commanding 26 AD, the curtains which I had hung in my house in Ambala, they were beige color and they were too small to hang in my house here in Scenic Farm, so they were lying in the trunk. And then she said जो आपका पीछे कोई एक जहाँ आप वहां पे कहीं shoes वगैरह रखते हो, please have that cleaned. Then she said आप ना 10-15 लोग लेकर के जाओ and get your son married. These are the instructions. And she said one or two more things, but these are the instructions she gave me very explicitly. Sangat ji, jab Guruji rab hai, he has said something, it has to happen. I opened a trunk, that whole set of curtains was lying there, वो निकाल के किसी को दिए मैंने, वो area मैंने साफ कराया. And Sangat ji, I'll come to how, मतलब he said 10-15 लोग ले करके जाओ. Sangat ji, being a Fauji, total मतलब army officer's daughter, wife, daughter-in-law, so obviously I will look for a girl in the army background. So I was just completely, कि okay, all Faujis की जितने भी हैं कि looking there. Sangat ji, Guruji has, जब गुरुजी दे हाथ से अपनी डोर छाड़ दो कुछ ना, he himself in one of the, he gave me darshan, huge shivling, and he told me, he said, Ritu auntie, ladki. And before that I was looking at aviators, Faujis, BSF, all that service officers daughter. And he told me, he said, ladki Punjab ki hai. I'm wondering ये लड़की पंजाब की कहाँ से आएगी. But he has said लड़की पंजाब की है, तो लड़की 100% पंजाब की ही है. So my son had a friend, he was working in one of the real estate companies, and there he had this colleague, and she used to always talk a lot to me and be very nice to me, and somehow I liked her, but I never looked at her from any point of view ki, that she will come to my household. And I used to, from the time when we were posted in Leh Ladakh and all, as my son was growing, I used to always, when I used to do Surya Namaskar, मैं हमेशा कहती थी, मैं कह रब मैनू इस तरह दी कुड़ी देना जो मेरे बेटे को भी प्यार करे और मुझे भी प्यार करे, बिकॉज मेरी फैमिली तो बहुत छोटी है, तो एटलीस्ट द फैमिली विल ऑलवेज हैव अ बॉन्डिंग. This was to be my prayer always. And Sangatji, this girl, she said, I'm from Karnal. So every time we would be chit chatting, and she would, she's she's a very nice girl. And so she said she's from Karnal. And that night when Guruji showed me the dream, and he showed a huge shivling, and he said, "Ladki Punjab ki hai." So I thought, oh, ye to wrong number ho gaya fir. And why am I getting attached to her? So next day at about 9:30, again her phone came. So I said, "Bete, where are you from?" She said, "I told you I'm from Karnal." I said, "Oh." So it was a wrong number. That night he told me, he said, "Edekolo puch, eda pushtana kidro hai." And Sangaji, he said, "Edekolo puch, eda pushtana kidro hai." And he showed me such a beautiful darshan he gave me, wherein he showed this girl holding my son's hand, and me walking in the front with and a little, the little kid behind me. Two very cute kids behind me, following me, and behind, right at the last, my son holding this girl's hand, and me walking in the front like a queen. This is what. And he's asking me, "A naya khitab kis tarah lag gaya?" I didn't, then it dawned on me. So when next morning her phone came, I said, come and meet me. I want to talk to you. So she came over, and then we sat. I told her, I said, Bete, where's your Pushtana from? So she said, they are from some, she took the name of a village near Sarur or Sunguru, something like that, near Patiala. Sangat ji, गुरु जी का तो मैं तो रेंग रेंग के शुक्र करूं, उतना ही कम है. What a girl he gave me. I'm amazed. I think I love her more than my son. And it was so amazing as to how he took, and we had gone with hardly exactly what he said. With a very small barat, this girl, she came into my household, and Guruji has brought her into my household. And मैं किथे किथे लब रही की करे तदे कहंदे ना गुरुजी कोलो कुछ मंगो ना. He will take care of each and every small thing in life. संगत जी, मैं ते जिन्ना शुक्र करनी है उन्ना घट है. He has blessed them with such a beautiful girl, and he has blessed me with so much. कहंदे ना घर सुख वसिया. इन्ना किन्ना सुंदर तनु जानती ने कहा कि जिथे गुरुजी जांदे ने तो तदे ते घर सुख वसिया. तो कोलो वड्डी कोई चीज ही नहीं है. अपने खसम भरोसा, जो मांगे ठाकुर अपने सोई सोई दे. शुक्राना गुरुजी, शुक्राना गुरुजी. थैंक यू गुरुजी, थैंक यू गुरुजी. संगत जी, भूल चूक जेड़ी हुई माफ कर दियो. तनुजा आंटी, थैंक यू सो मच. वासन अंकल, थैंक यू सो मच. जय गुरुजी, थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू. शुक्राना गुरुजी, शुक्राना संगत जी. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I hope there is some message somewhere for somebody. जितना शुक्र करती हूँ उतना कम है.
Ritu auntie,
जी.
I know today you have maybe some other commitment, but मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि आप जब
जी.
अपना सत्संग शेयर कर रहे थे, आपके
हाँ
साथ
जी.
साथ हम सब भी एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे थे. Whether it was sitting in Empire State or when you were walking as a queen, पीछे पीछे हम सब भी थे. Also during your dream darshans, it was so beautiful. I mean, we were just, at least for me, and I'm sure all of us, completely transported to your journey. तो आपकी जर्नी में हम सब भी शामिल हैं, एंड इसी तरह गुरुजी हम सबको ब्लेस कर रहे हैं आपके थ्रू, बिकॉज
I want to share one more
सेल्फ.
small. Have I got 5 minutes? एक छोटी
प्लीज
सी
डू,
और सत्संग. So
प्लीज डू.
this beautiful baby, I have to share a small, you know, my Guruji had shown the children when he had said कि आपको इन खिताब कैसा लगा. So, but then immediately after the marriage, baby didn't come. So we were wondering. Then I had gone to Goa with my friend Aruna auntie, and there Guruji told me घर जाके सत्संग करना है. And my return ticket was on 8th of January or in 2016. And so when I rang up my son from there, because he had come to me and told me कि घर जाके सत्संग करना है. I told him, I said, Guruji, I said, घर जाके सत्संग करना है. So Sangat ji, for me everything is only Guruji, 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 only Guruji, Guruji, Guruji. He is all I have. Like losing father, mother, husband, father-in-law, mother-in-law, it's like a full, जैसे किला होता है ना जो dissipate हो जाता है. And he is everything, and he has taken care of. मतलब हमारी तो अकल भी इतनी नहीं होती, because to understand what is it that I have to do, what is the correct thing, what is this, समझ तो आती नहीं. So he said, घर जाके सत्संग करना. I rang up my son from there and I told him, I said, Guruji is saying घर जाके सत्संग करना. He said, खुद तो ऐश करके आ रहे हो, मेरे से काम कराओगे. And I'm asking him, 12 तारीख ठीक है? He said, 8 को तो आप आ रहे हो, and you are saying 12 तारीख ठीक है. So I kept quiet. I said, okay bete, you give me a date. So Sangat ji, you know what date he gave me? He gave me 19th Jan. And I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. But I had lost my mother on 19th Jan. So I didn't say anything. On 19th Jan, Sangat ji, we had Guruji Satsang in our house. And that was, I think, Friday or Saturday tha, mujhe clearly yaad nahi. And Monday morning, when we went for Seva to Bada Mandir, there my friend, she comes and tells me, she says, Ritu auntie, who was that lady in pink in your house? The first thing is, in pink was my daughter. And her name actually is Vamika. But when Guruji gave her to me, then can you imagine, Sangat ji, in one of his darshans, because like I told you, I said, like having lost so many people, तो कुछ समझ तो आती नहीं है. In that, he told me, he said, लड़की का नाम इन, एंड ये भी ड्रीम में बताया उन्होंने. तभी कहते हैं ना, ये ड्रीम थोड़ी होती है, तो दर्शन होते हैं उनके साक्षात. Because he is putting my life into the correct, जैसे मेरी, like once when he gave me darshan, he showed that there is a white, like a golf cart नहीं होती. In the golf cart, he showed he's driving my cart, and मैं ऐसे उनके right side में पीछे बैठी हूँ थोड़ा. And he's telling me, Ritu auntie, I'm driving your cart. Why is your speed so slow? Because I was, हर कदम उठाने से पहले मैं सोच के कदम उठाती थी. So then he said, why is your speed so slow? This was his in the dream. And then he showed this when we went on on Monday for Seva. This lady is telling me, who's this lady in pink who was the lady in pink in your house? So, and in that dream he also told me, he said the ladki ka naam hai Lavina. So I just told her, that's why I always call her Lavina. I try my best to call her Lavina, excepting otherwise everybody is. So in any case, that I asked her, I said, why? She says, Guruji is saying she desperately wants to have a baby. And then she said, usko bolo ki ye aise karna hai. And Sangat ji, we did exactly what the lady told us, and the baby came. Very cute baby. She was there with us on the 28th. And before that, he had, and on the 28th of October, she came, bundle of big joy, and she hardly had any hair. Then in one of the dreams, he showed कि हम सेवा कर रहे हैं, and ये छुटकी सी, मतलब that time she was just a ball, about a year and a half, 2 years, and he shows that she jumping like this in darbar and coming and asking Guruji मेरे केश. हम तो कभी जिंदगी में ये वर्ड्स ही नहीं यूज करते, केश. And she's saying, Guruji मेरे केश. Sangat ji, because she hardly had any hair. And then when iska mundan karana tha, so I asked my bhabhi. Then of course now my brother-in-law is also no more, so I asked her, I said kab karna hai? She said iske first year mein iska mundan kar dena. So in the first year we did her mundan, and I asked Guruji, I said, Guruji, iske baal kahan dalne hain? Iske baal to hardly any hair was there. He said, Akhil nu bolo jaake Balaji jaake aaye, dal ke aayega. So he went all the way to Balaji to put her hair there and came. Sangaji, after that, actually she went as she had gone and demanded Guruji meri kesh, and she was blessed with such beautiful hair after that. मतलब गुरुजी को जितना शुक्र करो जी, जितना शुक्र करो, जितना शुक्र करो, words are not sufficient. It's beautiful. Thank you. Sorry for taking more time.
No,
I had to
Ritu
share
and
this. I had to share this with you, Tanujanti. I had to share
मैं
this.
थोड़ा सा और टाइम जरूर लूंगी आपसे, बिकॉज
जी
जैसे जैसे आप शुक्राना करते नहीं थक रहे गुरुजी का, हम भी
जी
बिल्कुल इतना शुक्राना निकल रहा है गुरुजी के लिए और आपके लिए कि आपने अपनी इतनी प्यारी जर्नी हमारे साथ शेयर की, और the learning which we, at least I am getting from your experience, your journey with Guruji, is surrender कर दो. Like you said कि
बिल्कुल.
अपनी गुरुजी को make him the charioteer.
Absolutely.
अपना जीवन अपनी काट उन डोर उनके हाथ में दे दो, फिर वेखो नजारे. गुरुजी कहते सी ना, फिर वेखो नजारे.
बिल्कुल.
उन्होंने बिल्कुल आपको नजारे दिखा रहे हैं. ही इज गिविंग यू अ लाइफ लाइक अ क्वीन. आपके बच्चे
Really,
बहू मतलब दे आर डोटिंग ऑन यू. एंड
doubtless.
दूसरा आप जो आपने कहा कि यू नो इट वाज सो अनफॉर्चुनेट कि द क्लोजेस्ट पीपल लेफ्ट यू इन द फिजिकल फॉर्म, दे लेफ्ट यू. तो आपके
Yes.
किले की दीवारें एक एक करके गिर गई, बट गुरुजी
जी.
ने ना, हर दीवार हर कोना जो है उस पे गुरुजी खुद खड़े हो गए हैं. हर
इतना
डिसीजन
मजबूत बना
गुरुजी ले
दिया,
रहे हैं.
इतना मजबूत.
तो यू नो वो कहते हैं ना कि मतलब आप सरेंडर करो फिर देखो नजारे. हर तरफ से
बिल्कुल.
उन्होंने आपको मजबूत कर दिया, हर तरफ से आपको सुखी कर दिया. और जो गुरुजी का आज का वचन था कि जिसके घर गुरुजी चले जाएं, सो वहां पे उनको पूजा पाठ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. गुरुजी वैसे भी कहते थे कि ਕੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ, ਜਸਟ ਥਿੰਕ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਮੀ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰੋ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ. ਸੋ
I have
अगर
to
हम
want to
गुरुजी
share
को
a
अपने
very
दिल में बसा
small thing.
लेते हैं,
A very small,
प्लीज इट्स
definitely.
योर
A very small.
रितु आंटी,
So
इट
one
इज
day,
योर डे,
one
इट
day,
इज योर डे,
one day,
प्लीज.
one
या
day, what happened? One day, what happened? So, like after I lost him, there were property issues and things like that. So one day, I didn't know. Like I told you, I said, समझ तो कुछ आती नहीं थी कि करना क्या है. So one day he showed me that in my drawing room there are very strong soldiers. He gave darshan and he said Ritu auntie, and he showed very strong soldiers, big. And he told me, he said his exact words to me, Tanujanti, exact words to me. He said, Ritu auntie, the soldiers in this house are very strong. इस घर में आपका कोई कुछ बिगाड़ नहीं सकता. And then he told me, he said, I reside in this house. So आपने जो बात बोली ना, that जहाँ गुरुजी जाते हैं वहाँ पूजा पाठ, just connect with him, surrender to him, उनको देखो, उनसे बात करो, कुछ नहीं चाहिए, सब कुछ उसी में है. हम शिव पुराण पढ़ते हैं which is so complex कि ऐसे करना है, ये करना है, ये डालना है, ये करना, कुछ नहीं. आ तो सिर्फ गुरुजी से प्यार करना है, संगत से प्यार करना है, और लंगर को ऐश से खाना है, और शब्द सुनने हैं. So beautiful. मतलब look at how he has connected me to you. यही सोच लो.
यस, जैसे आपने कहा 82 to 85 हम लोग थे जलंधर,
जलंधर.
एंड और half a kilometer from where Guruji was living. you know. I was at
Imagine.
Mota
Yes.
Singh. Yes.
And we were staying in Defense Colony. I think it was
Correct.
our house number was 298 or 99. मुझे clearly याद नहीं. And I was working in St. Joseph
And I
School.
was, we were at
St.
Mota
Joseph
Singh Nagar.
School,
Just about, yeah.
which is I think Guruji's house there is number 300 or something.
Yes, it's 300 Defense Colony. और मेरी बेटी जाती थी सेंट जोसेफ. So मतलब गुरुजी हमारे साथ हैं. You are right. आपने कहा जन्मों जन्मों से हैं. पहले हम उनको पहचानते नहीं थे, बट वो हमारे दिल में थे, चाहे किसी भी परमात्मा के रूप में. And he was looking after us. But जब when he feels right, तब वो इस रूप में, तब उन्होंने दर्शन दिए.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. When we need him the most, 100% right. बिल्कुल ठीक बोल रहे आप. शुक्राना गुरुजी.
और आपकी ये जो ड्रीम आपने कही कि सोल्जर्स दिखाए, तो वो तो सही है. आप जो कह रहे हैं, योर फैमिली, ऑल द मेन इन द हाउस, of course your son didn't join the army, but all the other men are the soldiers. And then Guruji, the commander, सबसे बड़े कमांडर. तो हमारे घर में तो जो सोल्जर्स हैं, तो फिक्र करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. ऐश करो.
जय गुरुजी.
गुरुजी
यही बोला था उन्होंने
लाइफ में. ऐश करो.
यही बोला था.
बस ऐश करो.
शुक्राना गुरुजी. जय गुरुजी. थैंक यू तनुजा.
बट रितु आंटी, बिफोर यू लीव, सभी संगत की तरफ से एंड फ्रॉम सुरेश अंकल, हिज टीम और मल्टीलिंगुअल की तरफ से आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्राना. आपने इतने प्यारे सत्संग शेयर किए. All of us have not only enjoyed it, so much of learning. बिल्कुल नीवे हो जाओ तो just leave it to him. So much learning. Thank you so much, Ritu auntie. Guruji may continue to bless you and bless all of us.
Thank you, Tanuja auntie. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lots of love to you. Thank you.